Yeah, so I'm actually going to start with that real quick. So you can see. Oh, okay. Why am I looking at the other screen? That's with their thoughtful pose. Aurelia has this ability called Coldest Ice. It allows her to throw a thing called a Frost Diadem Shard. And so what is it? It will seek out an enemy and attack it and put a, it'll put a block on it for ice. So it'll freeze the enemy. And once that enemy is killed, it'll move on to the next one and hunt that. But there's a really cool thing that you can also do where you can actually mark targets so that it'll shift around. And if it detects that there are not any targets immediately nearby, it'll actually shut off so that it can recharge sooner. Sort of like whenever you were able to recall Axe's turrets. It acts a very similar way. She's got 3 skills, and there's 3 trees, of course. She has one that's called, there we go. The Huntress, which focuses primarily on sniping. Really good headshot kills will be rewarded. We have these sort of interesting challenges where close range sniping will give you a better health gen reboost than if you're further away. If you're able to land critical headshots consecutively, there are bonuses for that as well. I keep doing this. The middle tree is Cold Money, which focuses on dealing cryo damage. She's very much an ice elemental character. I mean, although of course you can still use everything else, including lasers, which is not elemental, whatever. But that's definitely the focus of that tree. And then we have this one, Contractual Aristocracy. And this, I think, probably my favorite one. It's this really interesting idea of basically creating a contract with a co-op player. And whenever you do, you will hold up this. Or, there we go. It's a contract. And so what you do whenever you set up this contract with your co-op buddy is you will benefit from each other. You have a sort of symbiotic relationship, except that your essentially your partner will go out and kill enemies for you and get rewarded for it. But you also get a nice cut of the XP, and you just kind of work off of each other. There's this really awesome melee that I'm going to go show you in a second, which is what you saw in the really awesome trailer that Mike Roth made earlier today. And what it does, whenever you backhand your enemy, it'll be a melee override that will also hit them with cryo damage. So let's get to it. Now, since it's been out for a little while, I'm just going to go and sprint forward to a place that I know combat is, as opposed to running through the missions. And I'm just going to get right to it.
Slow down!
Maybe get a little more audio.
Not going anywhere!
So what's happening is that the diadem is already running around and killing enemies for me because it doesn't need me to command it. Now let's see if we can go over and stop this guy. Run around, Hyperion Hub, having fun with dance and below. Hey, don't judge me. Back here. And so what I did just there was, as he's dying, I just went ahead and moved him on to the next enemy right over there. Except that I'm not pro enough to keep him living.
I think he's flying without a mic too. If he dies, his demo's over. Fly on that rope.
And that's just a little bit of a taste of what's in store. Mr. Goldfarb, again, when can we expect this to come out?
When my microphone turns on January 27th, so on Tuesday, you'll be able to download Lady Hammerland.